Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how to clean cactus and prepare them for cooking. The cactus that I will be cleaning today came from my garden. If you don't grow cactus in your garden, then you can buy them at any supermarket. At the store, they sell them in a bag without any thorns, but I like to clean them and cook them. Okay, the first thing that I will do in order to clean these cactus, I would need a really sharp knife with sharp teeth, a colander, and the cactus. So before I get started, I always like to rinse these off a little bit, running water, to make sure I get all the little insects. So sometimes the insects, they go on the cactus like little ants and little spiders. And then the next thing that I will do, I usually cut the bottom piece of the leaf, and then I will get my knife and then I start to take the thorns off one by one. And there's several ways on how to clean cactus, but I found a way to use a sharp knife to take the thorns off. Now this is a really, it's a time-consuming job, to tell the truth, because you have to remove every single thorn, and sometimes the leaves, they're not really in a good shapes where you can cut them nicely. But once you have all the thorns cut and scraped off, then the easy part would be to dice them in small little squares, and then you just put them in the pan. Now sometimes these cactus leaves, they tend to be a little too big, so I cut them in half, and then I rinse it off with the water on the knife, because sometimes the thorns, they get stuck onto my knife and then it interferes with me taking the other thorns off. And you just have to be very careful with this, because these thorns can really get to your fingers really quick and they hurt. It's no fun. So, and a lot of times when I do these cactus leaves and I clean them up, I always get poked with these thorns and they go right into my fingers, and I have to get the tweezers and start pulling the thorns out of my fingers. And it doesn't feel good. But for this kind of stuff, you have to have a lot of patience and time to do this. And before, I used to buy these at the store, and it was so much easier. I just get them out of the bag and put them in the colander and rinse them off, and then put them in a pot, and that was it. But since I started getting some cactus, I started growing them in my backyard, and now I started making a lot of cactus meals for my family. And this is a really healthy vegetable that you can have on the side when you have a main dish. And now basically what I do here, I make sure that all the thorns are removed from the cactus leaves, because you don't want those little thorns to be caught in between the leaves, and you want them to be all nice and smooth. So now this is how it's supposed to look once all the thorns are taken off. Then what I do after is I rinse it off completely, and then I get some dish detergent soap, and then I just rub it all against the leaf, and then you rinse it off. And these cactuses that I've been picking out of my garden are really juicy. As you can see, the juice just runs down. So this is a really good cactus to eat. So then now I just place them on my clean plate. And then I do the same thing with my next one. I rinse it off a little bit. Sometimes, I don't know if it's my imagination, but I think when I rinse them off a little bit and get them wet, it's a little bit easier to peel off the thorns and they come off really easy. Everybody has different ways of cleaning up cactus. I know some people, they like to use thongs and they hold the cactus leaf and while they're taking off the thorns with the fork, but I tried that before and it doesn't work for me at all. I have to use a bigger knife with bigger teeth and then it cleans them off a lot better. So basically I'll just finish off with this thorn here. And we're almost done. Then I just flip it over to the other side and as I can see there's still some thorns. And sometimes the leaves, they tend to be a little thin on the edges and eventually they'll break off. But that's okay. I mean, either way, you still have to cook it. So it'll come out the same way. Okay, so here I see some thorns that are still there. And just take the thorn off from here. Make sure there's not any left behind. And then you rinse it off to get all the loose thorns off. And then I would get a little bit of dish detergent soap and I just rub it up again on each side and rinse it off. Make sure you get all the soap off because when you put it in the pan and you cook it, you don't want the taste of the soap on the cactus. That won't taste good. Okay, make sure it's nice and clean. And once you have this leaf all nice and clean and rinsed off, then I just put it on the plate. And then after you have all the cactus leaves washed, and then you can prepare them to cook. Okay, now I am ready to slice and dice the cactus that we already washed. And now I am going to get my cactus and I will slice the cactus leaves semi-thin, not too thick, because these are going to be diced. And then turn them around and then slice them on the other side. Then I will put these cactuses that are already diced into my pan. And you can cut them as big as you want, but I like to cut mine fairly small. And on my other video, I made a video on how to make cactus tostadas, so please make sure you watch that video as well, because with cactus you can make so many meals with this and they come out really delicious. I have made scrambled eggs with cactus all mixed in. I made cactus tostadas. You can have the cactus as a side dish with your meal. You can even eat it cold as Like for snack, if you want to eat something healthy, you can do that as well. Or you can cook them. It's all up to you. Everyone's different. But I myself, I prefer them cooked. And then when I put these cactus in my pan and then I cook them on the stove, I never put any water in my pan. I know some people, they do that, but since the cactus already has that juice in them, it'll just make it really juicy, so it's not necessary to add any water to your cactus. I need 2 more. You slice and dice, and then I will show you what the next step is going to be. Okay, this is my last leaf. Okay, I need 2 more pieces to cut. And I'll pour the last bit of the cactus into my pot. And then it'll be ready to cook. And then we'll take it from there. Okay, now the cactus is already cooked. It's been 10 minutes. And now I am ready to scoop out the cactus, and you'll see when I scoop it out and put it on my plate, it's a really dark green color, and that tells me that the cactus is cooked. And it's really juicy and it's delicious. And see, it's all nice and soft. And then basically you can eat that as a side dish, like I emphasized before. And there is the meal. Well, thank you so much for watching my video, and please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my channel, and if you didn't, please do. See you soon. Take care. Bye.